Hey guys, AmericanGTS here. I had the opportunity to battle Meteorz, who is a great guy and a great battler. This battle turned out to be really epic, even though it seemed a bit one-sided because of the luck hacks that happened. Even though I didn't use anything that could really force luck hacks, just random misses and whatnot came into play, which could have changed the flow of battle, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, the ending turned out to be really, really epic. I think it's one of those seat clincher moments where it's just like, wow, how lucky can somebody be? Other than that, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Meteor and his 100 sub special video where he used a team of level 1s to defeat a team of level 100s. Now, there aren't too many legitimate videos out there of a level 1 team defeating a level 100 team, but this is one of those rare instances in which a level 1 team did actually defeat a level 100 team. And it is proof that if you put some thought and time into your team, that you can actually do some amazing things. You just have to be able to think about it and really try to put into play your strategy. Now, I know that a lot of times you're not going to be able to pull off the strategy perfectly every time. I'm sure Meteor could tell you that how many times it takes to get a good take or a good video in terms of using his special teams. But I had the opportunity of battling it, and unfortunately for him, I was able to defeat it because I found out a little trick to it that kind of ruined the whole setup. So if you haven't watched that video yet, make sure you watch it either before you watch this one or right after, because my jaw dropped. I was thoroughly impressed, and that doesn't really happen too often. So other than that, enjoy the battle, guys. I surely did, and I hope you do too. Alright, let's get started. So I'm going to lead out with Smeargle, and he's going to lead out with Hippowdon to set up Sandstorm and possibly Stealth Rock. Now, since my Smeargle is extremely OU, I decided to use Spore, and I know he's not going to let me set up, because who would let a Smeargle set up? So I decided to go for Sacred Fire to try to burn his Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl resists fire type attack, and plus, Smeargle's attack is garbage. So then Aerodactyl uses Stone Edge, and Smeargle has absolutely no chance of surviving a stabbed life orb Stone Edge. So then Porygon 2 comes in, he taunts me for whatever reason. I'm not really sure why, but oh well. And I use Discharge. Discharge brings him down to low yellow, and I'm pretty sure that if Sandstorm wasn't up, he would have been KO'd in one hit. By the way, he missed a Stone Edge, which was the beginning of his bad luck. Then he sends out Infernape, and I know what he's going to do, so I send out Drifblim, and he's going to go for a Stone Edge here, and he's going to miss. And then I'm going to use Shadow Ball, and it's going to bring him down to low yellow. I won't be able to show off Drifblim's special little moveset here because Sandstorm's in effect, and plus it's just not going to work out. So the second Stone Edge that he does hits me, and not only does it hit me, it crits me. And not that it really matters because Infernape would have been able to KO Drifblim regardless. So the next thing I do is I send in Swellow. I know he's going to Mach Punch me, so whatever, it doesn't defeat Swellow, and I just use Facade, and Facade finishes off Infernape. So I decide to light myself on fire here, and this Swellow is an overused set, whatever. And I know he sends out Porygon Z, but is the Porygon Z scarfed or not? Obviously it should be if he's going to send it in against the Swellow. So I use Protect to scout out his move, and then I send out Clefable, and I watch Clefable die a horrible, gruesome death. Even though Clefable is raising his hands in the air and smiling as it's getting pulverized, the poor Clefable just kind of stands there and waits for its impending doom. And Clefable just gets absolutely annihilated here. Bye-bye, Clefable. So the next thing I do is I send out Porygon 2 to try and wall it and trick on a Specs, because Specs would actually be more beneficial. Kind of sad to say that, I know, but I try to get his scarf off, but hey, what the heck? He doesn't even have a scarf. He told me that he forgot to put one on, which kind of sucks for me, because had I known that he didn't have that, who would actually predict that he wouldn't actually have had it on? I guess there's a chance, but Facade just decimates his Porygon Z, because Swellow's obviously faster, and Swellow's going to get hurt pretty bad from its burn and from Sandstorm. So the next thing he does is he sends out Hippowdon, which is still asleep, and Swellow's going to be able to take it down in 2 hits. Facade is such a beastly move, it's incredible. how I was able to 2-hit KO this physical tank, but then again, 140 stab, it's massive damage. So Hippowdon goes down, and Swellow can't survive because of its burn and Sandstorm. Then he sends out Togekiss, and this is where very, very interesting things begin to happen. So I trick off the Flame Orb, and he uses Thunder Wave. I mean, I'd rather him have Flame Orb than, say, Leftovers, but actually he doesn't have Leftovers, so oh well. I light his Togekiss on fire, and he misses with Air Slash, and not only does he miss, but I end up critting him with a Thunderbolt. Ouch. The random number god is not your friend, Meteorz. And then Togekiss went down, and then he sends out Nidoqueen. He uses Earth Power, which won't KO me, and I use Surf. I kind of expected it to survive because Nidoqueen is just bulky. I mean, it's a beast. And then he's going to go ahead and use another Earth Power. Starmie does survive with 16 HP, and hopefully I don't get paralyzed. I don't, and good game.